Hello everyone, welcome to this new video from moonwatchfr. Today we're going to talk about a budget watch that features jumping hours and retrograde minutes. Let's dive right in. With its jumping hours and retrograde minutes complication, the Svalbard Time Travel HX11 is an affordable watch, yet no less fascinating. It was born in the heart of the wild landscapes of Scandinavia, and this Svalbard is inspired by the raw beauty of the eponymous archipelago. This brand, founded on excellence, offers watches that combine robustness, sleek aesthetics, and functionality. We will have a minimalist design, typically Nordic, which reflects a clear philosophy combining simplicity and originality, all while meeting the demands of modern watch enthusiasts. Each model features clean lines and sleek dials, true to an approach that prioritizes the essentials. Svalbard watches are designed to accompany you in everyday adventures, whether urban or in the great outdoors. Drawing inspiration from the purity of Scandinavian landscapes, the Svalbard Time brand makes it a point to minimize its environmental impact, all while offering products that respect both the planet and consumers, of course. With its grey and racing orange color, this Travel Time HX is sure to captivate watch enthusiasts in search of an affordable and atypical watch with a complication and a relatively interesting gold reading. The technical specifications of this Svalbard Time Travel HX11 are watch produced in 2025. A men's watch with a 3/16 stainless steel case, it measures 44 mm in diameter and 13.5 mm in thickness, with a lug-to-lug distance of 54 mm. Inside there is a quartz caliber based on a Myota with a gearbox module that allows for the display of two complications, the jumping hour found at 6 o'clock and the retrograde minute. The watch is water resistant to 50 meters, features a fixed bezel, two push buttons, a flat sapphire crystal, and an orange silicone strap with a 20 mm lug width. And obviously, we will have these two complications that fascinate us. First of all, the case of this Svalbard Time Travel HX11 is made of 316L stainless steel, which is quite standard, with a brushed and polished finish that gives it a refined look. We have perfectly integrated curves. With the orange silicone strap, it reinforces the sporty, eco, and minimalist DNA true to the Scandinavian aesthetic. We have a diameter of 44 mm, a thickness of 13.5 mm. This case is therefore designed to fit comfortably on most men's wrists. Next, we find a fixed bezel made in a glossy black that creates a contrast with the metal of the case. It is elegant in its simplicity, and this bezel frames a dial. Textured, which I find magnificent. This bezel will also help to highlight the retrograde minute indicators while enhancing the intuitive reading of the time. To continue, we find two push buttons at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. The one at 2 o'clock, or poke, draws attention as it is bright orange, while the second, more traditional, also allows you to set the time. I will show it to you later. On the other side, what we find, a screwed case back that ensures limited water resistance. At 50 meters in the center, there is an engraving of a bear and the brand name Svalbard with several inscriptions decorating the periphery. You can read Myota gearbox, movement, sapphire crystal, water resistant, 5 ATM, and all stainless steel. The dial of this Svalbard HX11 is clearly what immediately catches the eye. It grabs attention with its minimalist aesthetic and this grainy grey anthracite texture. This finish creates an elegant contrast with the graphic and technical elements present on the dial while highlighting the functional simplicity dear to the brand. We find two distinctive elements, an orange hand that displays the minutes and the jumping hour window here at 6 o'clock, which shows the hours. The brand name is specified below. We find this dial that serves two timers. The overall design is minimalist but ultra readable, and it's true that you quickly get used to it. To finish, we have a sapphire crystal, which protects the dial. It slightly disperses reflections, but it's true that I would have preferred a much higher quality anti-reflective coating. Here, we have a watch that is really inexpensive, but it's good until the end. You will be amazed. Very little information is provided regarding the caliber used by Svalbard in this Travel Time HX11. Nevertheless, it is known that the Scandinavian brand uses a caliber based on a Myota quartz, which includes an additional module called J-Box, that allows for the jumping hours and retrograde minutes complication. The two push buttons are used to move the time forward and backward, quite simply. I will demonstrate it for you. I will also show you the hour transition so you can see how the jumping hour and retrograde minute work. It's true that this dance of the hands is quite interesting. And I must admit that for the price of the watch, it's quite impressive to have this type of complications, even if it's in a quartz movement. An orange silicone strap equips this Svalbard Travel Time HX11 watch. It is flexible enough to perfectly fit the contours of the wrist and ensures the watch's comfort. The integration of this rubber strap with the case is perfectly executed. So yes, there is a connection between the two which is relatively specific. Some will like it, others will not. In any case, comfort is definitely present. Given that this junction is specific, one might suspect that it will be quite complicated to replace the strap unless a compatible alternative is found. To secure the watch on the wrist, there is a simple Ardilon buckle engraved with the brand's name. Regarding the packaging, this Svalbard HX11 watch comes in a small black box, adorned with a bear and the brand's name in silver. It's rather well executed. Inside, you'll find the watch showcased on a presentation cushion, imitation leather. And on the upper part, there is a card that serves as both a warranty and a manual. For those who wish to acquire this Svalbard HX11, you should know that it is available on the Watch Gallery's website for under 170 euros. So, for less than 200 euros, you can have a watch with an insanely cool look featuring a jumping hour and retrograde minute complication. It's just mind-blowing. I find that the pricing is incredible for this pleasure watch, considering it has an atypical and original complication. Once again, we're talking about an affordable watch, but one that you don't come across every day. If you regularly follow my videos, you know that I discover a number of my micro-watch brands at the Watch Gallery. By the way, remember the code MOONWATCH, which gives you a 10% discount on their website products. And when I saw this Svalbard CTA, I thought, what is this thing for 170 bucks? We're going to have a cheap watch, but clearly that's not the case here. We have a well-finished watch with a relatively interesting movement that offers a display of two complications that I love. And it must be acknowledged that this Svalbard Time Travel HX11 fully meets all the characteristics one might expect from a watch. This timepiece is both pleasant to wear, and above all, it has a display based on something uncommon, infrequent. And this way of reading the time immerses us in an interesting kind of experience. The time reading is there, main feature, and it is highlighted by the Scandinavian brand, and it's effective since you can quickly read it. There is no doubt that this young brand, which offers budget watches, will carve out a prominent place in the highly competitive niche of watch brands. Affordable. So there you go, friends. My little review of this Svalbard HX11 is coming to an end. As usual, remember to subscribe to our little channel if you haven't already. Leave me a comment. What do you think of this model with this display? Did you know the brand? And also consider giving a thumbs up to support us. That's it. As for me, I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye family.